Good morning, everybody. I hope you're doing well. Today I want to talk about a subject that isn't discussed enough, but is highly important and a very big part of my life, and that's suicidality. If you grew up in the 80s, 90s, even today, honestly, being diagnosed with mental illness wasn't as popular as it is today. So many people did not get the help that they needed to, and those people often became parents. If you were raised in a household with an undiagnosed borderline mother or father, but primarily mother, you probably will end up, or did end up, suffering from constant suicidal ideation. And I want to discuss this because I was one of those people. I didn't understand the complexities of the human mind, and neither did my parents, and the complexities of cause and effect and conditioning. But they are very, very real situations. Self-harm often happens not just because you want to take your life. A lot of people do it to transfer mental pain into physical pain, or just put a pinpoint on something. I was a huge self-harming individual for very many years. I still am. Tattoos are just a more acceptable source of it. So I'm bringing this up to mention that a lot of times when it's the child that's suffering, it's not an easy road to just go, oh, well, the parents have problems that they never healed, and thus the child's dealing with the compound effect of it, and we should get the parent looked at. It's not that simple. And I can tell you from a personal experience, my mother and father, they would have done anything that they could have to take away that suffering in that way during those years. And it's something that I can't really discuss with my parents still to this day because it hurts. It's just a hurtful situation to talk about. And guilt, if you don't learn how to hold it right, prevents a lot of that. So if you have a teenager, girl or boy, and they often self-harm or talk about suicide, I want you to take the initiative and maybe go see if you could be undiagnosed with something, and maybe it's affecting them. Because the truth is, borderline is very much so effective, especially for females, and it will be very prevalent, and it will affect you wanting to be a parent. But the truth is, most borderline fades by about 35. If you have other neuroses and other problems, comorbidities along with borderline, they will become more apparent after the age of 35, but the borderline symptoms tend to go. And so if you're somebody who is borderline and maybe you want to be a mom but you're not sure, waiting until after 35 is probably very helpful. These are just some things to take into consideration. So with that being said, I hope you guys have a great day.